Alright guys, back with chapter 4, titled A Hand Forced to Destroy. This chapter has very graphic oral in it. I got a shot of Jack, we'll just put it that way, to calm my nerves, because reading sex is just, it gets me nervous, so usually I'm a little chill before I get into a chapter that involves that. But you know, you look it, you own it kind of thing. So for my viewers, hopefully I won't get like drunk because I haven't really eaten anything today. So might get a little tipsy along the way. So for my viewers, Vistrovia. Whew. Ooh. Damn. Alright, and whew. That was strong. We will continue with the chapter. And yes, YouTube, I am of age. The pressure of a boot pressed into my cheek had my eyes flutter open. My face was lying against the marble floor, with my shades crushed into my face. Drawing in a deep breath, I fully awakened. Sky? Where the fuck is she? I panicked. Get up, pretty boy, a deep voice rumbled. The owner of the heavy combat boots pulled me up by my shirt collar. I looked over towards the couch, seeing Sky sound asleep. When my eyes laid upon the stranger, masked with a bandana, he was holding an automatic weapon to my head, and I almost pissed myself. What's going on? Your friend disappeared last night and took what he brought with him. You mean he, like, robbed you? Don't get fucking smart with me. Either you find him, or I will. And if I have to do it, I will fucking skin his ass and lay him out like the fur rug in front of my fireplace. My body shook with fear as I reached over, knocking a glass off the coffee table, waking Sky. Oh my god, what the fuck? She jumped up. Get on your feet and get your bitch, he sneered. She's not a bitch. The buttstock of his AK-47 cracked against my jaw, immediately causing blood flow inside of my mouth. Sky gasped, too stunned to even move. Baby, come on. It's okay, I reassured while spitting blood onto the man's boot. I took Sky by the hand, feeling the man shove me forward. Apparently, I wasn't moving fast enough for him, so he kicked me in the back of the knee, sending me flying straight to the dining table. I remained bent over, completely pissed off. My eyes met the glistening reflection of a silver fork in my peripheral. Let's go, he grabbed the back of Sky and then jerked her by the hair. That was enough to make any person do something crazy. I slyly slid the fork from the table, standing awkwardly with it hidden against my thigh. Get your hands off of her, bitch. What the fuck did you just say? He released Sky and began charging my direction. I reared the fork behind me for momentum with a deadly grip. Once the man stood only a foot away, I swung my arm with full force, stabbing him directly in his throat. Blood instantly came out, squirting onto the white marble floor. I said, get your fucking hands off of my girlfriend. He dropped his gun, placing his hands to the wound on his neck, falling to the floor. Sky was breathing heavily through her nose, trying to take in what just happened. I reached my hand out to grab hers when the sound of clapping echoed behind me. I watched Sky's expression become obscure. Well, I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. I turned to see Drifton entering the dining room. What in the fuck do you mean, man? I asked, confused. You did kill one of my buyer security guards, did you not? Yeah, but he was threatening us and I did what I had to protect you and Sky. I get it. Besides, that old nigger wasn't worth a damn thing anyway. He has plenty more. Who the fuck is this he you keep referring to? Do you not remember him from last night? Keith? No. Keith failed to introduce himself when he got Sky and I beyond fucked up on his laced jello shots. I do apologize about that. Keith can be a really big party animal, he frowned. Get to your point if there is one, Drift, Sky said with annoyance. I like you guys. You could be a great asset to our business. Especially after that hardcore presentation of yours, you damn brute. You want more blood on your hands now, would you? Blackmail? Are you serious? Not at all. We all have secrets, and we all run from something. What you just did shows me that it wasn't your first time putting an end to something that caused you misery. The thought that this guy might know about what I did back home threatened me. Even if I did agree to help him, how did I know that there wasn't greater danger that led to more issues or imminent death further down the line? The fact that our cash flow was running low made desperation creep at my front door. If we say yes, what is it for us? I sure as hell don't want to put Sky through grave danger. You have to swear on your life that nothing ever happens to her. I never let anything happen to your angel. And you would have protection, access to money, and whatever weapons you might need to make deliveries. You will have a time frame for each drop that you make. Follow-up will happen after each deal to ensure that you're not stealing. You'll learn as you go. So, what do you say? I looked at Sky as she nervously rubbed at her nape. With no words spoken, Sky left the choice up for me to decide. We'll try it. I grabbed his hand for a firm shake. Good choice. Why don't we go back to my place to celebrate? I'll go over your first test there. Sitting in Drifton's living room, I remained silent while deciphering whether my nausea or my nervousness was affecting me more. Sky changed into shorts and a tank top, leaving me momentarily alone. As she and Drift both entered the room talking, I broke my attention away from the glass chess set that was displayed on the end table. A can of whey came flying my way, almost assaulting my face. Nice reflexes. For starters, I'm gonna need you to beef up some, man. I work out daily, so you'll be on my gym schedule. Sky may join too, if she'd like. He flashed a smile. What else? I'm going to teach you how to pretty much be a badass. I looked at him like he was full of shit. Seriously? I'm going to train you on how to use your weapons, perfect your aim, and teach you my skills in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I will basically teach you both how to survive. Can't wait, I smirked. For the next 3 weeks, I trained so hard that I felt like I was at a camp to become a professional UFC fighter. My entire meal plan changed. I worked out twice a day, ran 3 to 5 miles before dawn, and had more bruises from grappling on the mats than ones on a victim of abuse. I went from weighing 145 pounds to 170 in muscle mass alone. My waist, sat at, 26 inches, with my chest gaining in size? I had little body fat to begin with, so all I was doing was adding muscle and maintaining a chiseled body. I was more than accepting of the offer that Drifton had presented to me. After a long day's session in the gym, I stepped out of the shower, entering mine and Sky's bedroom, completely naked, running a towel through my wet hair. This was the first time Sky had really noticed a change in my stature in about a month. She was laid up in the bed messing around on her iPad, only raising her eyes when she sensed my presence. Her gaze grew in size, causing her breathing to become shallow as her body rattled with a slight shudder. I raised an eyebrow watching her take in her bottom lip, running her eyes up and down each of my newborn ridges. Flex your abs for me right fast, she became excited. I did as she asked, walking slowly over to her side of the bed. Sky breathed in deeply, narrowing her eyes. Reaching inside the top drawer of the dresser in search of a pair of boxers, I attempted to put them on, only until Sky stopped me. She placed her hand to my abdomen, running her fingers within the ridges of my muscles, exceeding them down to the recess of my hip lines. Nearly creaming herself in the process, I felt her take a handful of my member as she sat up on her knees. Your body is solid, and I want my hands to range over every curve. Malice, you are always going beyond to appease my needs and desires. So, now I think it's time that I return the favor. Oh yeah? I groaned to her, slowly stroking me until I hardened. Sky pressed her lips to my stomach, leading a trail of light, intimate kisses down to my rigid erection. She gently took me in by the hand, guiding me to the mattress tray places. Relaxing myself on the edge of the bed, I watched Sky lower to her knees. I moved her hair to one side so I could enjoy every second of this occasion. Sky ran her tongue against the underside of my testicles, working her way up against my shaft until reaching its tip. Slowly circulating around the head, she advanced, with taking in my length inch by inch until her cold little nose hit my lower abdomen. I lied back completely while running my hands through her hair aggressively. I've had a nice blowjob a time or two, but this shit was different. It actually made me feel wanted, by watching her take her time, as if she was enjoying it herself. The more I grunted, the deeper she swallowed me, letting light moans escape her precious mouth with vibrations that completely solidified my erection. It wasn't like watching an adult film where the chick on screen is violently sucking a guy off. No. Sky was diverse and indescribable. The only sounds her mouth made were subtle moans and light suckling when she'd take in my entire length without a gag reflex, then came back up giving forceful mouth suction to the head before going back down. Looking up at me with seductive eyes, Sky grabbed my hand, placing it to the back of her head. I panted to her silent acquiescence as I took a gentle grip of her strands of hair within my palm. I didn't want to lose control because I honestly didn't know how far she'd go, and I didn't want to cause discomfort or disrespect. To play it safe, I just let my hand ride up and down with her choice of motion. For a moment, Sky pulled back, looking at me with intense uncertainty. "Am I not pleasing you?" she frowned. I sat astounded by her sudden mental disturbance she pierced my brain with. I took both hands cupping her face. "Baby, what makes you think that you're not pleasing me? If you can't already tell, my dick is harder than the Leaning Tower." I paused. "Because I gave you permission to control me, to make me do whatever it is until you're satisfied, and I feel like you're just uninterested." I tightened my grip on her jawline, staring into her eyes with the most sincerity. "Every little thing you do pleases me. I swear to you." Sky slid my hand to the back of her neck with a concentrated gaze. "Then show me what it is that you want me to do, Malice." Her lips parted. My bottom jaw fell open as she swallowed me whole, putting me in control. I tightened my grip, and with ease, I shoved her head down, keeping her still. Sky slightly nodded, giving a vibratory effect against me by moaning. "God, yes, baby." "Well, just like that," I groaned. The harder she sucked, the more intense I pushed her head down. It was mesmerizing watching how far I went into her mouth and down her throat over and over again. Sky had me feeling like I was on top of the world and that I was all that mattered. My gut twisted and my toes curled so hard it was almost caused a Charlie horse in my left calf. I felt myself on the verge of ejaculation, and Sky was in no position in letting up. "Oh, I'm about to come, baby," I warned. Sky refused to move back, intensifying her oral muscles. "I don't think I can hold on any longer," I gasped. "Oh, God damn it, Sky." I grunted louder. Right then, Sky took me all the way in and held her head in place, running her tongue rapidly against my skin. My abs stiffened and flexed as the veins in my hands and arms pulsated. Every muscle in my body became concrete as I lurched forward, feeling my orgasm pump onto the warmth of her palate. Her eyes reached mine, with masquerade sin wrapped in innocence. She was an angel with the wings of a Valkyrie. She knew what she wanted and what she was capable of, though she always held me in the embrace of fright and curiosity, constantly keeping me on edge. I pulled her in by the face once more, staring directly into her eyes. Time seemed to pause as I continued rubbing the soft flesh of her cheeks with the pads of my thumbs. "For whatever reason you were brought here to save me. You're a fucking goddess." I crashed my mouth into hers, kissing her as if it were my last time. Alright, so I don't think I completely butchered that, but yeah. And apologies for the racial slander. I am in no means to save myself and whoever watches my videos or reads my books. My best friend is black. Her name's Elizabeth Brown, and I love the fuck out of you, dude. And she, above anybody else, knows that I'm not racist at all. So apologies. It was just to throw some kind of like, what the fuck, into the book. So I think I definitely accomplished that. But no hard feelings and no racial slurs were meant to anybody or to offend anybody by that matters, and apologies if it did. But I will continue with Chapter 5, Adrenaline Junkie, in due time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.